Previously on Spirit Walk Paranormal's WVU Coed murders.
But we passed them up just a little ways, and I heard her guy say, well, that looks like a leg bone.
We're getting ready to prepare for our investigation here tonight. There's a high EMF reading where their bodies were found. Along with the search team and cadaver dogs leading to this extensive dig, the search was on for the remains of Malarik and Karen Ferrell. Took mine. What did they take? Head!
I know exactly who that is. Who's that? It looks like Jimmy Dare.
My brother, Jimmy and Ivan, because she told me Jimmy and Ivan were together that night. My brother, Jimmy and Ivan, because she told me Jimmy and Ivan were together that night. And knowing Jimmy, he picked girls up left and right all the time. Because him and his wife, God rest their souls, I hope, were always fighting. He was always beating on her if she made a remark about him finding out he was with this one or that one. But knowing Jimmy, he'd pick him up and he'd rape him. He didn't give a shit.
What would cause the girls to piss him off that he would murder them?
They probably said they were going to tell on him. When they got him back to town, they were going to turn him into the police.
And that's all it would take?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. After they raped him. Oh, you damn sure he would.
Marcus, Tim, and myself get set up at what we have named the body site, where the decapitated and headless bodies of Malarik and Karen Ferrell were found. On this night, it is the 53rd anniversary of their disappearance. I lit 2 candles as a sign of respect to honor their lives, hoping that this will spark some type of communication. We start asking some questions that may help us get closer to finding the location of the missing heads, and also the name of the killer or killers. The last time that we were out at the mine shaft that Dave took us to, someone came through and said that the heads were at the lake. Are your heads in Cheat Lake somewhere? And does that go along with all of the stories of people seeing the apparition of you two out there? Took mine. What did they take? Head! Oh shit, dude. Dude, I got the chills right now.
These two teams.
At the lake. At first, it felt like we weren't making any type of communication, but that's when things started ramping up. We're here to talk to married Malarik and Karen Ferrell. We've come to honor you and your death.
I just hear the plane overhead. Hello?
I know that one of you like to smoke cigarettes. So I'm going to place one over by the candles that we have left for you.
What the fuck?
What was that, dude?
Dude, that was like that was a cell phone.
Merritt or Karen, if that's you, could you walk over here to this red light? Could you just do that for us?
Dude, that sound keeps coming through. That's a new one. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
No, I've never heard your cell phone.
I've definitely never heard that. That was so plain, too. Dude. When I pan over, I don't hear anything, and as soon as I come back over to you, it sounds like something like... You watching us?
I hit her.
Or I have been. Who's here? What are you? What was that? Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? It sounded like screams. It sounded like a scream.
What are you? What was that? Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? It sounded like screams. It sounded like a scream.
Present your... This site is haunted?
We spent another half hour out there asking some questions, but nothing relative seemed to be coming through. So we decided to blow out the candles, pack up, and head out. After spending a lot of time on this case, especially over the past couple of years, we decided to take a break and investigate some what I call one-and-done locations. These are the fun ones, where the history is presented to you and you hope to capture evidence to validate those claims through your own experience. So after taking some much time needed off, I found myself looking through a book called West Virginia Dark Tourism by Tony Urban. I remember that on one of the stops, he brought up Cheat Lake and the WVU Coed murders. Now, the bodies were found nowhere near Cheat Lake, but over the years I've heard stories of the headless ghosts of Cheat Lake, and having a response come through saying "at the lake" made me wonder. Doing some research of the hauntings out at Cheat Lake, they all mentioned the Coed murders. Back during the time of the murders, there was a bridge out there in the backwaters of Cheat Lake. It's possible that the killer or killers could have thrown their heads off of that bridge sometime after the night of January 18th, possibly within a couple days of the murder. Nowadays, it's a popular party spot, and Martin's Rock, a pillar from the bridge, is the only thing that remains out there. On our way out to the backwaters, we were met by 2 vultures. And although it's the afternoon, it felt different out there that day. Like we were supposed to be there. Last time that me and you were out investigating, something came through and told us at the lake. So the only thing that makes sense to me is to be out here at Cheat Lake in the backwaters where this bridge used to be. So I don't know why today worked out of all days. It has nothing to do with any anniversary of the Coeds. This just feels right, and when we showed up, we were obviously hearing some weird things around us. Not the concrete truck that's up there doing whatever he's doing. But I did bring a couple of things, just like we did in January. I brought 2 candles. One just to honor the girls, and the other item is I brought some tobacco just to use as an offering. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to light these candles.
I also brought an offering of my own, Daniel. Go ahead and pass that on to you.
Marcus also brought some whiskey here. For married Malarik. And for Karen Ferrell. We light these 2 candles along with tobacco and whiskey to bring an offering to you. Please come and speak with us this evening as we try to make communication. And if parts of you are here, we would love to find out and know the truth. And if you could help us figure that out in any way, please let us know. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn the rim pot on. And I literally just put a fresh battery in it before I came and picked you up, so should be a fresh battery in there. And I'll go ahead and I'll grab the EMF detector. Hello? Merritt and Karen, is that you? Could you please walk over to that device and put all of your energy into it? If you are here with us and you would like for your presence to be known, please come forward, touch that device that's on the ground by the candles, or you can walk over to this device in my hand and that will let me know that you are here. If there's anyone else that is here and you would like to communicate something, please step forward, make yourselves known. We know that there's been a lot of tragic deaths that have happened in this area. And you can walk right over to that device that's on the ground and it'll light up, it'll make different sounds. It will light up and let us know that you are here.
My name's Marcus. So you know my name. You might be more comfortable telling us yours.
I am going to go ahead and start running Vox just to see if anything comes through. Whoever is here with us, my name is Danny and Marcus already introduced himself. We have come here because someone told us last year that Merritt Malarik and Karen Ferrell, their heads might be at the lake. Now, Merritt and Karen, if you are here, please try to come through and make communication with us. We would absolutely love to find out if you are here. Could you possibly use the energy that's around us, maybe the flames from the candles, or using the body of water? Could you please come through and try to make communication with us? Faint voice. Who is that? That was a big splash right down by you.
Right there. Hold button. Say, oh yeah. I don't like that. Are you challenging me? Wait, I think it's... No, it looked like maybe a big fish, but I couldn't be sure.
Yeah, the water's kind of clear.
That did just sound like
Like a okay or...
a plop. Oh, you mean the voice?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If there is someone other than Merritt Malarik and Karen Ferrell, could you please come through? Could you please come through? I did not like that. Could you please come through this device in my right hand? And can you please tell us your name? Who is here?
Sophie. Is that what he was trying to say?
Thought it said son. And again, it's kind of hard to hear with that concrete truck right there. The animals from the letter.
It did sound like the animals. After you said it,
We came out here looking for Merritt and Karen. There are claims.
well, I'm sure people have been coming out here to party for a lot longer than this place has been deemed Party Rock. Maybe Merritt and Karen have been here. Maybe any of the spirits that are here. Maybe someone here knows Merritt and Karen. Let's say I do.
There are rumors that the Daft family, Jimmy and Dale, Ivan, killed Merritt and Karen.
That's that familiar sound, dude.
Yeah.
That comes in all the time. Is that something? Is that maybe spirits entering and exiting?
Merritt and Karen, are your heads here in the lake? Were they thrown off of this bridge that was right here? Which?
This bridge. Were they thrown off from the other side?
Did you hear that?
Did it say heads?
No, it said why, but it sounded like it was from underwater. Like, it was very reverbed and like bubbly.
Were they thrown off from the other side? Were they thrown off from the other side?
Did you hear that?
Did it say heads?
No, it said why, but it sounded like it was from underwater. Like, it was very reverbed and like bubbly. Hello?
Are you in the water?
Merritt and Karen, are your heads in the lake? Who told us at the lake? We were
Devil?
terrible.
Terrible?
I think I heard terrible.
Yeah, there was a third syllable in there.
I was with Dave Campbell. I gotta tell ya, it was very quick. I gotta tell you.
Then I got a tongue.
Who is trying to communicate with us? Can you tell us your name, please?
There's a lot of stuff coming from the woods, man.
Ever since we got here.
Why do people come here? Do you know? Do you know what makes this spot popular? Do you know what this place is?
I don't know if you heard it, but it sounded like something was trying to come through. There was like faint white noise. Like a shh, and then it just stopped. It almost sounded like the Spirit Box not shifting through radio frequencies. There's a book that I have that says that people have seen two headless girls walking the roads of the backwaters. Does that have to do with Merritt and Karen? If it does have to do with Merritt and Karen, can you walk over to that device on the ground and can you make it go off again? Can you make it light up? Here, I'm gonna take this photo. If you could, would you please show up for this photo? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dude, I noticed something when I took a step back. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see it again or not. Hello?
Did you like that? Did you like your picture?
There we go. Merritt and Karen, it's Danny and Marcus again. Can you please come through this device in my hand? Is anyone else out here with us? Can you please come through and tell us your name, please? I'm gonna be very direct. Merritt and Karen, are your heads in the lake? How do we find you? Will we ever find you? Please feel free to use the energy from the batteries and the equipment that we have brought, the body of water around us. Will we ever be able to find you? That was a very, very faint response. I don't know what it was, though. Will we ever be able to find you? Were your heads dumped in this lake? Were they thrown off of the bridge that was here? I think if we come back out here at night, I think we should definitely come back out here at night. And that wasn't me.
You didn't move.
I'm too far.
I think it's telling us. I think it's asking us to go back at night.
We want to thank all those who came and spoke with us this evening. I'm not sure who you are, but me and Marcus appreciate you communicating with us, and we hope that we can provide a voice for you, whoever you are. Marcus and I began to close the session and kind of reflect on everything that had happened out there. But as we were wrapping up, I had one of my devices still running, and something wanted to come through and tell us goodbye. Dude, that's not me. No way that was me. Goodbye. I wasn't recording. I just stopped it, but I'm glad we're still running on.
What?
Goodbye.
We'll be back, we promise.
A week later, Marcus and I met up with Tim to head down to Crafton, West Virginia, where police had initially searched for the bodies after receiving letters from Triangle, or as they would later find out, Reverend Hoover, a self-proclaimed psychic medium. The letters state 25 plus 1 miles equals 26 total miles. There you will find the bodies. However, Hoover's coordinates were wrong. But I had an idea. What if I mapped the lake 25 miles away from where the bodies were found? Would this bring us any closer to finding where the heads could be? It turns out the nearest lake 25 miles from where the bodies were discovered is Tigrit Lake. So we ended up in Grafton, West Virginia, like police did over 50 years ago. But this time, we weren't looking for bodies. We were looking to make some type of communication with the dead. Tim's already got EMF set up, and let's just start box. If there's anyone here with us, there's a device here in the center of the table. Please feel free to walk up to it. Please feel free to walk up to it. My name is Danny. I'm here with my buddies Marcus and Tim. And we are here looking for
Open the gate.
we're here looking for two women.
There's a
Two. We're here looking for married Malarik and Karen Ferrell. If you could please walk up to us. There's a device to my left that's on the table with a red light. If you walk up to it and you get close enough to it, it will light up. It will turn different colors. It'll make different sounds. And there's this other device to my right. It's black and blue and has a green light. And if you walk up close enough to it and you touch it enough, it'll make an alarm sound and it'll turn red. They were killed either January 18th or January 19th, 1970. And they were decapitated, and their bodies were found, but their heads never were. If their heads are out here, could you please help us? Could you please help us in finding the location of the heads? If they're in these woods, or are they in the lake?
Would you be able to tell us simply yes or no? Would you be able to tell us simply yes or no if their heads are out here? Are their heads out here? In the woods or in the water?
Is someone else trying to come through that might be out here?
We mean no intrusion and we come peacefully. We mean no harm or disrespect.
A man by the name of Hoover had predicted that their bodies would be found 25 miles south of Morgantown. Their bodies were not found 25 miles south, but could their heads be?
Do you want me to run regular Ghost Tube while you're running box?
I was gonna run regular Ghost Tube while you're under.
Oh. Do we have a blindfold?
We don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm kidding.
Statue. Watching. Statue watching.
I'm not going to have a blindfold, but I'd still welcome you to come and speak with me, please.
Well, he can just turn the other way. He won't see what we're saying. Please walk up to Marcus and tell him your name, please. We are looking for married Malarik and Karen Ferrell. Can you tell him your name? Or who might be watching? What are you doing here?
I am allowed?
You're allowed to be here?
Apparently.
Yeah, you're allowed to be here. It's a park. We're allowed to be here.
Did something happen to you here in the park?
Are you someone who can't leave here? We're looking for 2 young women who lost their lives. And we have reason to believe that their heads might be here. Someone very evil and cruel separated their heads from their bodies. And they lost their lives at such a young age that they never got to grow up. We're looking for them, and if you could point us in the correct direction, the name of a location, could you please help us? Could you walk over to that device Marcus is listening to? Use the energy from the batteries and the devices that we've brought. Could you lend us direction? Could you help us find a location? Are we even remotely close to where they could be? Or are we at the wrong lake?
I feel like I just saw something move right here. Like something crossed my vision.
We would really love for you to tell Marcus your name.
Or come up and touch the devices on the tables. There's a blue and a black device with a green light. If you get close enough or touch it, it'll alarm. Danny can show you the red and black one. If you get close to the antenna, it makes all kinds of noise and colors.
That's all you gotta do.
I think random bursts of static, like a scrolling radio. Or not random burst of, random burst of static and some voices, but there's no words coming through.
If you need more energy, like I said, please feel free to use the batteries of the devices that we've brought here today. Who said statue?
Janitor.
This is janitor.
Was you a janitor of the park? Maybe you were one of the caretakers of the park?
What does janitor have to do with what we're trying to find out? Does it have any relevance?
Water.
Water. Just started raining. Is there anything in the water? Is there anyone in the water? Maybe someone who's not alive.
something right here. My vision with my eyes closed, it's a lot of shades of blue, purple, black. Something right here just became pure white. I don't know what it is, but there's a very pure white energy right here.
Well, we may have to wrap this up. It says, can you hear her? But that sounded like a laugh. Like just a maniacal cackle. And then it said love. Well, we may have to wrap this up. It says, well, we may have to wrap this up. It says, can you hear her? But that sounded like a laugh. Like just a maniacal cackle. And then it said love. It said, can you hear her? But that sounded more like a evil laughter. We pack up as the rain starts to roll in. Without having any definitive answers, I felt a little defeated. But a couple of days before our trek down to Grafton, Tim said he knew someone who I should talk to.
Lori,